What's going on, everybody, and welcome to my second video for my Average Joe series. My first video, if you missed that one, it pretty much is describing the fact that I am just a regular Joe, going to Full Sail University. The process is on how to get into Full Sail, funding Full Sail, and talking about that I am in a unique situation on how I'm funding the school, which is a pretty expensive school. Um, but yeah, if you want more information and you missed a little bit, please go back to my very first Average Joe video. I believe I titled it um, Full Sail University from an Average Joe's perspective, something on the lines like that. I do have a saved playlist with it, so if I'm not entirely correct on how I titled my video, please go ahead and take a look at it. There is a video playlist stated Average Joe at Full Sail University. But anyways, so a little update. I know I had a couple videos in between since I last uploaded that one, and a little bit's happened. So before I talked about me primarily going through the admissions process, how smooth it was for me, and pretty much getting in, utilizing the Montgomery GI Bill because I am a service member, and how they pretty much just took care of everything for me. So with this video, I am starting my second term starting Monday. I did get my award letter for my previous college, so pretty much what they're going to do is I have some transfer credits. I utilized my joint service transcript from the Army. A lot of that stuff didn't carry over. Actually, none of it carried over, and that's including all my law enforcement certifications, dental, some of the other ones that didn't. It was military science. Just for being a service member, you qualify for military science credits, which is the college equivalent. But yeah, none of my military stuff carried over, which was to be expected. This is a music school. I got other professional credits elsewhere that is not music whatsoever. None of it even carried over for general education classes. The only one that carried over was my one English class from Daymar College back in Clarksville, Tennessee. And that's it. Now, the way how these classes are structured, when you get in, it's 4 general education classes, and then you go on to your major. So for me, with that one English class transferring over, I only have to take 3. And those 3 classes are gonna be, they're not gonna range. They're gonna be creative presentation. What was the other one? Psychology of play, music entertainment, and media arts, and I think one was a creative writing class. And that was my English credit. So by having that English credit knocked out, I didn't have to worry about it. I got 3. Also, my launch box. The launch box. Not that I really need it. The launch box for my degree program is not going to come in until I start my actual music production classes. And I read into that one a little bit. I know after I got started up, everybody was hyping on the launch box. Launch box, launch box. When am I going to get my launch box? It depends on your major. So, let me backtrack. On their main site, it says if you're online, you're going to get your launch box within the first couple weeks of you actually attending Full Sail online. If you're in person, it's a different criteria. I haven't looked quite into that much just because I am an online student. I'm sorry. If you want that information, I can provide it to you. But I don't know that information off the top of my head at this point in time. Now, so with this launch box, on their site it says you'll get it within the first couple weeks of you attending Full Sail online. Their criteria is they want at least 2 weeks of academic success before they even think about sending you this launch box, which I think is kind of shitty, just because this launch box is paid through your tuition, or there's 2 ways to pay for this launch box. You can bundle it with your tuition, or you can pay for it outright. Now, the reason why I think this is shitty is you spend all this money to go to this school, and they're essentially holding it from you until you get to your major. Um, in my personal belief, if I'm paying for something, I want it now. I don't care if it's bundled in with the tuition or not. If at some point I have paid for that piece of equipment, and I know I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it at some point, obviously, but it's whether I bundled it within my tuition or not, it's something I would at least like to have. And that's really my only gripe. And the reason I say I would like it now is it gives me a chance to figure out what I'm going to do with it. As I said in my previous video, it's probably equipment that I'm not going to use, just because I have either the same thing or an upgrade from it. But even still, for people that don't have any music equipment whatsoever, and I talked about how great of a program that is for those individuals, they need time to actually get around these programs, because with this launch box, especially in the music production degree, it's bundling. Obviously, you got your MacBook Pro and your iPad, whatever, but on top of that, they're bundling you with software. Obviously, the music equipment, the setup, the speakers, monitors, microphones, whatever. In my personal belief, with them delaying these launch boxes until you actually start your major, it's kind of hindering the students that are actually going to be there and stick it out. I understand some people have financial hardships where they can no longer fund their way through school, and I'm assuming the way how they have that set up where they're delaying it is for those students that face financial hardships that cannot actually get them to their actual major or have to drop out for XYZ reason, and in their middle of their gen ed classes, it's an option for them to save some money. That's my only personal reasoning that I could think that's why they're doing it. But outside of that, I personally believe that these students that do not have any sort of music equipment whatsoever need to have this equipment readily available. For my first general education class, I still got two more. First general education class was create a presentation. It was a very great class. It was very smoothly ran, and I actually learned quite a bit from it. I still got some ways to go with it. It's more of a speech class, but that's beside the point. So with that class, your lectures were Monday, and you had anywhere between 1 to 2 assignments due within a 7-day period. You got your lectures on Monday. Your final due date for assignments was Sunday, minus the chat room experience that you have to do. You have to respond to at least 2 other people, pretty much giving your insight on whatever topics given throughout the week. Sorry, scroll moment. But yeah, so with these assignments, I'm not saying that they were easy, but they weren't hard either. If you truly got after it, you could have everything done on Monday. And that's taking your time with it. If you truly, really got after your academics with that class. I don't know the other classes off the top of my head. I'm just basing it off of this first term. And if these terms are structured very similarly, at least for general education, there's no reason with the rest of the allotted time where these students can start diving into their music equipment and start learning the workarounds. They're going to start learning tricks just by playing around with it, because they got new toys. When every kid gets a new toy on Christmas, what do they want to do? They want to play with it, and they want to figure out how it works. So in a sense, it's kind of hindering these students when you finally get into that core curriculum, and now they're having to learn XYZ software. Some of it's Pro Tools, Logic. It's all MacBook based. Um, and on top of that, you got music equipment that some people have never even set up before, um, which can start slowing some people down. There's almost a handicap there. And I don't know if they have some structure going on when you actually get in these classes on how to actually operate your equipment. Um, or if they're going to leave you like out there in the world and be like, good luck, figure it out. This is what you need to do. I imagine that they won't, but it would still be nice to at least have, some sort of background. If you already know your equipment, that's just going to increase your workflow, and it's going to make everything go smooth. But I digress. That's my little tangent on that whole Launchbox thing. Cool program. I think it could be tweaked a little bit, but yeah, that's really and truly that's my only gripe about that. I'm just more butthurt that I now once this finally comes in that I got to figure out where I'm going to put all this stuff. I know the missus, once I told her that I'm getting more equipment, she was like, what? She wasn't too happy, especially since I'm already taking over a pretty good majority of our living room area to accommodate all of my music equipment that I've had prior to going to Full Sail, which is about 8 guitars, an electronic drum kit, as well as my makeshift home studio over here. But yeah, anywho, yeah, she wasn't happy, so now I got to figure out where I'm going to do with all this. But yeah, so anyways, going into my actual first term. My first term was creative presentation. It was ran by Miss Godsey. She is the instructor for that class, at least for my class. Was very well done. It was very well done, and it was one heck of a way to kick off my experience here at Full Sail. She's a very great speaker, and she has no problem going more in depth on any sort of topic. Probably one of the best instructors I've had, and that's including my military career, my brief previous college career for dentistry, and up till now. So it was very, very well ran. Really a truly unbiased viewpoint on her end, realizing that everybody comes from all different walks of life and accommodating those who need accommodating for various reasons. And that's not a bad thing at all. And I think that's truly awesome. She was really fair with her grading system. In her initial orientation when we started this class, her big thing was she's not here just to collect a paycheck. She pretty much stated that if I give you an A, it's because you earned it. It's not because she gave it to you. It's because you earned it. And that gave everyone a sense of, responsibility. So when you finally did earn an A or did earn good feedback on your assignment, it felt great. But it also made things great when you got negative feedback, so you know what to do for your next assignment. With her class, when it came down to submitting assignments, if let's say you submit something on Wednesday, all assignments are pretty much due by Sunday. If you submit an assignment by Wednesday, you go back and review it and say, oh, I need to tweak this, tweak that, whatever, fix this. I forgot my citations. You can resubmit as long as it's before the due date, and it will still count as, your grade. So you're new. I'm all jumbled up. I apologize. So you submit your assignment, you want to tweak it, and essentially your resubmission becomes your graded assignment, and it pops up on her site that way. That she'll track the dates on it, and yeah, so that was pretty cool. Other than that, it's been going by pretty good. It's going by really well. Another gripe I have is the GPS these GPS points. And at Full Sail, you are essentially graded with three things. Obviously, one being attendance, your next one being your grade point average. So that's obviously including everything from assignments and participation in the class. Your third one is GPS. That is your global professionalism standards. God, that was hard for me for some reason. So in order to acquire GPS points, you have to go to certain events that offer GPS participation. For online students, you're still held to the same accountability. I'm sure that there is some leeway there, but from my first term, which is 4 weeks long, there hasn't been a whole lot for online students involving these GPS points. And for our school orientation, before we even started our very first class, they hyped GPS, GPS, GPS. So, with that being said, I think there needs to be some tweaking going on there, because it's almost like they're leaving out the online students. Throughout my first term, I participated on a couple events. One of them being what they call the social scene. It's a big old networking event, and they offered that through Zoom, and no GPS points were offered. It was still cool to be able to mingle and, get an idea of who people are in the other industries, is what they call it, different career fields, or in degree programs. But yeah, other than that, other than just networking, it doesn't do a whole lot for you. I mean, it was still a fun deal, don't get me wrong. But yeah. Then the other one I participated in was a workshop group from some rapper, independent artist out there. I guess he was he was a prior graduate at Full Sail, and yeah, pretty cool workshop. I got some insight on the entertainment business side of things, so it was cool. I got some knowledge from it, but again, no GPS. God, I suck today. I apologize, but no GPS points offered. For clubs, with me being a service member, not a whole lot for clubs out there for online, but for service members, there is a Discord account, and you can mingle with other former service members that are going to Full Sail, which is pretty cool. I got some insight there, but outside of that, there really isn't a whole lot accommodating online students. So, I don't know. I don't know how I can change that, because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to a mutual participation. Even if I were to suggest something, setting up an online account where online students can kind of, mingle, or set up my own club. I know they're not going to discourage me setting up a club, but it's got to be something set up where everybody can participate. And I don't know if it's something that everybody could. Me personally, I might like to be a part of clubs. I might like to be a part of activities, especially if the biggest thing here is trying to chase after GPS points. But I'm only one person, and people's minds are different. There might be some people out there that say, hey, I got class on Monday, and I'm going to get this knocked out on Thursday, and the rest of the time I'm going to, sit on my butt and do whatever I want. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one sitting in the boat, or if others are like that. I guess, really and truly, the only way to find out is to go for it and start asking around. But yeah, other than that, yeah, Full Sail is going pretty well. I start my next term Monday. Oof. Monday. So yeah, we'll have another video after that. I'm sorry if I've been all over the place. I'm trying to get better. I really didn't have a whole lot of structure for this one, but I just wanted to at least keep these videos going, just that way everybody has these kind of insights. I'm sorry if I start boring people out of here, and I know I'm going on 20 minutes now. But anywho, um, hopefully you guys find these videos entertaining and some form of insight. But yeah, hopefully I can get another one pushed out at the end, towards the end of my my second term. So thank you again for stopping by my video. If you don't mind, give me some feedback. I'll take it all. And also, if you can obviously like and subscribe my video, so that way I know that I'm reaching you guys and this is getting some sort of information to you. But anyways, thank you for watching my video, and take care.